Hello everyone, let's talk all about tea leaf reading. Hi, I'm Karen and I'm actually a tea leaf reader based in Melbourne, Australia. And I want to talk to you today all about different modalities of tea leaf reading. So let's start with a cup. This here is a fortune teller teacup. Have a look at that, isn't that stunning? Very designer-ish. So it's one of my favourites I actually use here in my tea room. So a fortune teller teacup has images printed inside them. So to use a fortune teller teacup, you would make your tea, you would stir your tea, preferably with loose leaf leaves, and it doesn't matter if you use a tea bag, but loose leaf is nicer because you get nice leaf structure. You would drink your tea, and as you're drinking your tea, you would think about what information do I want to know from my teacup. And when you get down to the last bit of the tea, about a teaspoon of water, you would then swirl your cup. You would tip it upside down on your saucer, like so, and you would let it drain for a couple of minutes. And then when you turn over your teacup, which would look something like this, you would then see all the blobs of tea and the symbols that it lands on. So when you first start tea leaf reading, if you've never done tea leaf reading before, the beauty with a fortune teller teacup is you simply read the symbol that the blob of tea lands on. But you will notice after a few cups of tea, you'll start to see the leaves form patterns and structures. And you might think, oh, that leaf looks like a bird, or that leaf looks like a letterbox, and so on. And the beauty is when you start to recognise the leaf structure as symbols and then what it sits on, you're actually reading in layers. And this is one of the beauties of fortune teller teacups, is you get to read double the information over a blank teacup. So I'm a traditional tea leaf reader, so I learnt with blank teacups. But fortune teller teacups I actually still use because of the double layers and the double amount of information. And I always think if you're searching for answers, the more information that's there, the better. So you would then learn to recognise your patterns, what the symbols land on. All my fortune teller teacups, they come with a little booklet and they have information of the images that's inside the teacup. And like I said, after a while, you would learn to recognise the leaves, the patterns, the structures. And so before you realise, you are a tea leaf reader. And the good thing is, all my tea leaf reading cups, my cards, my charms, etc., they all come with an online video course that you can sit back, watch in your pyjamas at your leisure. So you receive a QR code in your booklet with your goodies, and so you just scan that and watch videos away whenever you like. No stress, no pressure, no exams, no rigid testing. But a lot of people think, okay, Karen just does teacups. No, I don't just do teacups. I'm a little bit more versatile than that. And this is just one of my oracle decks. Look at the colours in this. I just love, love, love it. And if you have a look on here, that sign you may not be able to see and that one there, they're two certificates which I'm very, very proud of, because those certificates are international awards from 2019 Carter Awards. And a lot of people think, what's Carter Awards? Never heard of them. Carter Awards is held each year, and they're international awards, and it's a big vote where the public get to vote on all the tarot cards, oracle decks, books and so on each year. And so those two awards that I got for Best Oracle Deck and Best Judge's Choice. So I was very lucky and fortunate to get the two certificates in the 1 year. And it was the first time ever that a tea leaf reading deck actually got international awards. So as you can tell, it is something I'm pretty chuffed about, which is really good. But I also have a whole new system that I've had and designed it a few years ago called Labyrinth Through Time. I'll pop the picture here. Labyrinth Through Time is a very unique system as it covers 6 forms of divination all in one tinned kit. It covers card reading, charm casting, pendulum reading, dice reading, numerology, and mediumship. And it's a system that's really close to my heart because I created it quite a few years ago when I was looking for answers from the loved ones that have crossed over, that I have personally lost with some family members. And when I started designing it and the answers that I kept seeing come out, I kept thinking, okay, I want another layer and I want another layer. And that's where it has come up with the whole unique system that it is. It does come again with its own course. So in the book is a QR code, and in the Labyrinth Through Time, I've actually got the QR code inside the lid of the tin. So you can scan that, jump online, and you will be able to sit back and relax and watch the courses of how I've done the readings. And I hope to see you in some of my classes. So if you're looking for some deep soul answers for yourself, friends or family, or perhaps you are already a professional reader or looking at getting into professional reading, you've come to the right place where I've got some goodies for you, the help and support along with the courses. You're in the right place.